to go and tune the antenna outside to make sure that the TV is clear. Then he knows that everything that has to do with electronics, I was there. So Mama bought me the first camera. Then Quiffy was getting mosed up. I used to be the one recording Quiffy program with Mama in it. From there, Bishop Feb came along. Do everybody know that Bishop Feb was an editor? Bishop Feb. He was an editor. He was the one that gave me the first computer system to edit. 1999. He brought the first computer system for me to start working with. I did not sleep. I was doing every small minute I do that. From there, I became who I am today. But when I graduated, I thought to myself, I said, everybody is doing media work and all that. And I said, what do I do with this now? I need to advance myself. I decided to go to Lagos to go and learn video production from ITPAN, Independent Broadcasters Association of Nigeria. From there, I decided to go ahead, get a diploma in filmmaking. From there, I went to do masters in digital media. Every year, before coronavirus, there's a seminar they do in Las Vegas. There's no one I have not attended since I heard about it. So I keep improving myself on my craft. Today, when I applied to lecture in BIU, I submitted the CV, I gave it to them and everything. I think the VC actually called me. He said, when he saw my profile, he said, when did you do your master? Is it online or you went there? I said, no, I went there to go and sit down to learn it. He was amazed because he had not seen anybody with such profile of media records. You know, from there, they gave me the job. I started with Benson Dausa, Mass Comm department. Then I look at some of my friends then. They all did video. There was some that was even better in editing than I am. But they cannot go to the university gate to say they want to go and lecture. You know how to edit. The paperwork is not there. I actually decided to go and certify myself in my craft. So if you have a talent, you need to certify yourself. Once you certify yourself, the sky is your limit.
Thank you very much. So if you have a gift, pursue a formal certification for it. That's the lesson. Pastor Mike, sir, I've always known you to be a compassionate person. I remember when I brought my wife to you that went to produce our first music video. You asked us what was our budget. We told you. You collected the money. But you spent like ×4 of that money on the same project. It was your car you used. Why am I going to? I've seen you impart people. The people I knew you with 20 years ago, yes, I still see you having that relationship. What drives you to wanting to always invest in people? What is, this is a selfless job. What drives you to becoming that kind of a person that wants to see other people grow?
Thank you very much. Well, first, I'm a believer, I'm a Christian, and I understand what God wants me to do. Then maybe there's the element of personality, you know, who I am. You have to kill jealousy. You have to kill selfishness. And a large part of the things I learned today or got reminded about today is the issue of being confident about who you are. If you look at the story of Joseph, he had a dream. he told the people, we were in the field, and then all the sheep came and bowed down to me. The moon and the stars, and then all the other people got into trouble because they were jealous. But what they didn't realize is this: if their sheep bowed down to his own sheep, that's one aspect of human existence. One, agriculture. Whatever happened to the other aspects? So if any of those guys who saw the dream or who heard the dream had been bold enough to say, you had that dream, okay, well, I also have a dream. We're playing football, and I scored, you couldn't score. It will kill their jealousy. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. It will kill their jealousy. They'll realize that the progress you're making in your field doesn't stop me from making my progress in my field. They'll realize that, like TJ was saying, collaboration is the way to go because it has compounding impact. So you don't have to win alone and everybody will lose. Well, we can all win together, and then I will win and you will also win. So that kind of mentality, I've always had it. And it helps me, even as little as, and I try to act it out in my normal life, apart from people coming. I've always been around young people. I've always been around young people. Young people, I can't tell you the number of people I saw through university, through school, just like that. Of course, like some people here say, some will walk away and remember the bad things you did. But many will remember the good. You see him saying a lot of things. I don't know if you remember this guy that used to drum, Saimeri. In fact, I was shocked. I'm sure that's the first time I'm getting the size of that gift from somebody. I was just at home, and he said, it's his birthday, and he sent me $1,000. Okay, well, that's not very big, is it not? Until I converted it. One point, I sat down. I said, wow. But I remember, like he said, I showed him how to use the computer. He was a very good drummer in school, in church. Very good. Then he came around and he used to say he was the one that put my hands on the computer. I showed him how to. The moment he learned one small, he became so out of this world. So there's this satisfaction I get when people are able to get to their next level as a result of maybe what they got from me. And I try not to be jealous all my life. And so if I see you're going to make progress, I'm not going to, if I now give you this one now, you will now be better than, what's there? Even in my daily life, I hardly would, unless you are looking very stupid, I hardly would stop you from getting in when we're driving. What's my mentality? Well, if you drive past, the road will not cut, I will still pass. So go. But some people are not let her enter. Developing a mentality of, what's it called? I call it a lack mentality. A mentality of it will not be enough. Therefore, that's what causes all the traffic jams. Do you know that? That's what lack mentality, impatience, lack. If I enter now, so once you would allow the other person to go, you will keep moving, and that's how it's going to work. So that's the basic thing that drives me. I think I'm not a selfish person. I'm not a jealous person. That's it.
The reason I ask this question is because it's one of the key reasons why our sector is not being developed. A lot of us are gifted, we are talented, we have the resources, we have the time and the energy to invest into people. So most of us are insecure. We have too many insecure leaders in every sector. So you find opportunity, or you see somebody that needs the opportunity that you have, but you hoard it. What this informs us is that if you are here and you have an information, an idea to share, be free to share it. Don't be selfish. Please, do you have any questions? Do anybody have any questions? See me, man? Okay, pass the mic to... We'll take just 2 questions and we'll close. Okay. Thank you.
I just want to say, it's not really a question, just to add to what Pastor Mike said. I think it has to do with self-esteem. When you have very strong high self-esteem, it is about win-win for you. And that is the real attribute of real leadership. And I just want to say, well done, sir, for being intentional about who you have become and imparting on so many generations. I deliberately stayed back to finish this interview, and I did not take this for granted. And thank you to the organizer. And to our lecturer, I'm coming to take a course on that very soon. So you have a student today. And I want to say thank you for everything. I'm so, so, so happy that I came. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Reverend Shalom Ga, please pass the mic to Reverend Shalom.
Thank you, sir. I want to say thank you to all the speakers who have spoken so far. I've been very, very, very enlightened and blessed by all the sessions so far. My question is this. So many of the speakers have spoken a lot about, partnership, engaging your giftings, learning, certification, and I want to ask this question in terms of the impact of your environment on your acceleration. The impact of your environment. Now, for a lot of people, there is the mindset that is greener on the other side. And I've had, personally for me, I've had many opportunities to take opportunities that are outside the shores of Nigeria. But for some reason, I am stubbornly passionate about the treasures and the resources that God has placed in Nigeria. And I believe that those resources can still be harnessed, right? But in terms of like your timeline of life, TJ was talking about, life, and the stages of life and all that. How do you engage the development of your giftings while taking into cognizance the effect of your environment around you, to make sure that you are able to deploy the best that you can actually deploy, right? Whether in this circle or in another country or, in another state or, depending on the kind of environment you find around yourself, how do you take advantage of the environment, knowing that you've been able to identify that this is my environment, this environment will give me this kind of result, but this is the kind of result I want. So how do you identify those environments and then take advantage of either moving to, different circles, different networks, different environments, so that the environment can have a much more multiplied effect in terms of your development and acceleration.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think each of us will respond to this. For me, I give a bit of my story and my testimony. I have not been restricted by geographical location for anything. I got involved in tech because of my friend, Emmanuel. Do you understand? It was pre-internet days. I already started getting information about how to navigate towards the success of my journey. Do you understand? I got involved with Pastor Michael Merekwe at Ogida Barracks. You know where Ogida Barracks is? It's not the most likely environment where you want to go to grow. But you see, the environment of his office was conducive, was nourishing. Everything I needed to grow in that environment, I had a place to go to inside Ogida Barracks in the early 2000s. You can imagine. You understand? So for me, it's a question of your mindset, how you factor and you adapt into any process you want to take to concerning your career path. Yes, there are some characteristics that may affect us because of government policies and all that. But you see, what I believe in is that I grew up from Auchi. I was born in Auchi. You understand? Before I left Auchi, I already made a name in music. So I can't believe for me that you can be restricted 100% because of where you are from or because of where you operate in. You can find the expressions, you can find the right grounds, even in the interior, that can help you grow.
All right, thank you very much. I think he said it all. I finished university around 1988. So I spent about 3 years or thereabout trying to leave the country because it was trending at that time. If you didn't leave the country at that time, you were not achieving anything. And so I served 1989, and I started preparing. I have to go. My elder brother was in Norway. My other one was in maybe Germany. The other one, and like, no, that's all I have to do. They got me visa. The visa was fake, and all of that, all kinds of things. So I said, okay, let me settle down. Okay, and I've been here since. But in 2015, when I acted Oba Ovorame in Invasion 1897, I played the role of Oba Ovorame. I traveled out of the country. In the place of what I was doing and the assignments that I had, I found a way to travel out of the country. I was out for about a month and all of that. Came back several times. I still do that when I want to. What looked so much like I couldn't achieve at some point, at some other point, became what I could do easily. I mean, I can get up now and like, okay, I want to go somewhere. So what I tell people is this. I am not insisting on, with destiny or whatever. If you're a Christian and God is not asking you to live, you shouldn't live because of hunger. Because the only time I've ever seen an exodus of people out of a place is not for good. It's not a case, I don't know if you understand, I can't go into that. It's not a good sign. So the truth is, if God didn't say do that, you don't need to. Those who need you will come and meet you here. And whatever it is you need, like he said, if get at those days, I didn't even know what I was doing. We're just doing stuff. I did a lot of editing for EBS and all of that. It's not even along the line of what I do. But I was just doing all those things. Perhaps God gave me that grace because he knew there was somebody like this who needed to come around and learn some things. All over the world right now, students that pass through my lecture and all of that, they have a unique experience, not just of academics, but of value. Value. I have somebody that is in the U.S. Army. I have this, not school students, lecture students, who, if I had not been around, where did I even set it up? Inside of Pasakbomba. I mean, the most unlikely of places that you can think about. Are you following? But it looked as if there were certain persons in that particular place whose destinies needed to be lit. And nobody would have been available to do it at that time if I did not yield myself to it. So it's important. It's not possible at all to say, I won't be able to achieve this because I didn't go to this kind of place. If you are human and people-centered, what you need to achieve that particular thing is actually here. No doubt about that. You can be. It's amazing. What's the name? Bishop Oyedepo was talking about what he's building in Nigeria and the kind of technology. And people are coming to study it. Like, you mean people can build this kind of a thing, this length of time? And how? How did they happen? It's all happening where? Nigeria. So people, I was watching the video, you see all kinds of white people, they're all coming around, they're like looking, they do it like this, they do it like this. That's it. So it's just for you to have focus, for you to have consistency. And you will find out that the God that gave you whatever he has given to you will cause all grace to abound to you. That's it.
All right. I think bros don't talk everything. Okay, I'll just use myself as an example. That's why what bro said is me. Is that when he was talking about, I was saying he was talking about me. All right, I have my brothers and sisters. Most of all of them are abroad. I got to one part. I was in the house. I think somebody came from I think he came from abroad anyway. He came to the house. He was here for one of the conferences that we have in the church. He just called me. He told me, "Say, young man, what do you do?" I say, then I was in the media world. I say, I do media for the church. He said, stay there, continue. Don't leave. Anything you want to achieve in that place, you would achieve it. At that time, that period, I was thinking of traveling out. I wanted to travel out. Because my brothers were out there. They were working. They can easily just work something out for me. I was just graduating. But meanwhile, I was just still working on the media thing. I was just relaxing myself. But sometime it dawned on me now, this what the guy said after like some few months or a year, I can't remember. It dawned on me that this guy said, stay in this place. What are you doing? I said, I just decided to stay with media. For so long so far, since 2000, the year 2000, when I graduated from University of Benin, I've been doing media till now. I've not seen one day that I've regretted it. Because this is the part, when God gives you something to do, if you look at raw cash, money, oh, I'm suffering, as bro said that, don't let suffering because of money, everybody's moving here. Oh, this is the rainy place, now let's just move. Meanwhile, when God says stay here, He will profit you. I don't know, I think there's a part in the Bible that said, it said, for this earth is for sow and reaping. Anything you sow, you will reap. Anywhere you sow it, it will reap. I remember when Papa said, they told him that time, say, Daddy, move your headquarters to Lagos. Move your headquarters to Lagos. Lagos is the main thing. That is Archbishop here in the house. He said, move your headquarters to Lagos. Lagos is the main thing. Papa said, he told them that, I know, but here is where God has planted me. Heaven on earth, anywhere they are in the world, they will come and meet me in Benin. And after Papa died, I remember that there were nobody that was who is who, that was preaching, that Papa did not bring to Benin. They were all in Benin. Even people from Lagos come to consult him in Benin. So wherever you are, God will profit you there. It's just for you to open your eyes and continue to do whatever you want to do. I will quickly relate it to before we close. I know time is past. Really relate it to the story of Joseph. Joseph was in the prison. He was in the low of low. Low of low. That day he reached. You still day house. You are still at home doing things. Joseph was in the low of low. When they say low of low, he's there. But inside there, he was still doing what God has given him to profit with. He was inside there, became who he is. Became the prime minister. So wherever you find yourself, do what God has told you to do. Do it well to the glory of God. And God has never failed. He will not fail because of you now. God bless you.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your patience. And God will bless you. Thank you very much. See you next year.